this might actually be the dirtiest place in Tokyo that I've ever been. If not, maybe this is the dirtiest place in Japan I've ever been. But you know what? I love it. Alright, how's it going? I'm in Tokyo. I've been back in Tokyo for the last week or so, and the nice thing about living in Osaka is that when I come to Tokyo, it still feels like travel. Even though I've been coming here 10 years or so, it still feels like travel. It still feels like I'm exploring new areas and out and about every day with my camera. And we're back to old times because this is going to be a photo vlog with trusty X100. It's been a while since I've actually done a photo vlog. It's been a while since I've used an X100 in a photo vlog, and I've got my X100 VI here. I've been carrying it every single day with me since owning it for the last few months or so, and yeah, I'm loving it. So I've come to an area that I've been a few times before, but I've never actually made a video here, and it's a lot of fun, and I hope we can have a good time this evening. It's been a super hot day, but you know what? It's actually really comfortable this evening, so I think it's gonna be a good time. So the area that I've come to is called Kōenji, and it's like a few stops out to the west of Tokyo. And when I say Tokyo, I mean obviously Tokyo is a massive place. I mean west of places like Shinjuku, Shibuya, like on the sort of western side of this absolute metropolis of a city. So yeah, it's a bustling sort of area, but it's a very localized feel, very neighborhood feel. And I know some people who live here as well, and the community that exists around just creativity is pretty large here. So it's a cool area, and my initial vibes when I first came here was it actually reminds me a lot of Osaka. It's kind of, it's got sort of that, I guess, edge to it, which is pretty cool. So one of the things that I love about this area is that it's just got all these tiny little alleyways with so much happening in a short space of space and time, I guess. And so I've come in the evening, which is one of my favorite times to go shoot. I kind of have to remind myself that I actually really enjoy night photography, and I think it's just a case of I myself am a night person. I'm usually spending more of my time awake at night. I'm a very late person, and so I just enjoy that, and naturally I've ended up shooting a lot in the nighttime, so I feel very comfortable with it. However, night photography is often sometimes the most difficult, but I will caveat by saying that if you're in Japan or pretty much anywhere, you know, in a mega city in Asia, it's going to be pretty well lit at night, especially in the summer, because that's when things kind of are open longer and later because it's just too hot in the day sometimes. This right here is a condom vending machine out in the street. Safe. the things that Kōenji is famous for is in the summer. I believe it's like August sometime, possibly like middle of August, is the Awa Odori, which is a festival of dance, pretty much. This part of the city just gets completely taken over by loads and loads of locals who all come together to form these like little dance groups. I went there last summer and it was amazing. It was just so vibrant of sound, of movement, of people, and of course sweltering heat. I believe it was like 38 degrees or something that day. So if you are planning to come, make sure you're prepared for it. You've got all your science wipes and other stuff to get your skin cooled, because it does get really hot. So it all happens down the Shotengai, which is like the arcade mall sort of area, like a shopping street, and it's pretty special. I am planning to come again later this year, but for a little taste, here's what you can expect. So with the images that I'm shooting, in particular on the X106, because I am also getting some images on my XH2S, I'm playing around with my film simulation recipe. So I've got about 6 on the go at the moment, and I'm just sort of like, you know, chopping and changing between those. However, I am actually intending to edit these, so I'm shooting RAW plus JPEG as usual, and I'll be editing these, and I've been putting together some new styles over the last few months or so, and yeah, I'm kind of creating some styles that are informed by the setup that I've done in camera. So I'm utilizing the sort of recipes as a way to get close to my edit, so that in the viewfinder I can see how things are working, different colors and other things, and then later I can take them into Lightroom and I can create some presets that work close to the recipes that I'm making, and then push them a little bit further and just get some extra magic out of them. Yeah, I've created this little ding dong at the front that I press, and I can go ding dong. What am I about? I've made a little button at the front so that I can go through all my different film recipes super quick, very handy. And what I like is that when I switch to video on the X106, because sometimes I do a few like pickup shots and other things, I can leave the video on one of my presets. I've got 7 to choose from, and then photo I can leave on one of my other little presets. Again, 7 to choose from, and it will remember the difference between those. I kind of wish that was on the XH2S. I wish I could have my 7 dials on the top, and then within that have 7 picture profiles to choose within, almost like a double layer menu. That would be a cool approach. But yeah, that's kind of that's sort of the setup that I'm doing. I've reached that point though where I'm actually pretty hungry, so I'm gonna stop and get some food. And I'm looking for something that's kind of a little bit lively, got some energy. So I've got my my ears out to get some good food. Does that make sense? Does anyone else do that? Do you go by the energy that you feel? Like you just open random doors and you just know it's going to be a good time. And because we're in Japan, I can trust that the food's always going to be good quality.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last chance. Good God.
はい、ありがとうございます。
かわいい君を今すぐ奏でたいのです。5秒後に突入したい気持ちを抑えてクールに決めたい最後の Full time ladies and gentlemen, yeah! Full time! Get go! And a 1, 2, that's the chance. 1, 2, 1, 2, full time! 最後の
Okay, that place ended up being quite a lot of fun. So it's like an Okinawan bar called Dachibin, I think. They had a show going on. I managed to catch the last little bit of it. Good fun. Good fun. All right, let's carry on. I love that, just tucked away down this tiny little alleyway. There's a little hidden bar. It sounds like it's a lot of fun. It also sounds like it's only got about maybe like 5 or 6 seats, and it's completely full. Maybe another night I'll go there. Sounds fun though. I love that about these types of areas. We just got these kind of, I don't know, like hidden things all the time. Like nothing's ever really screaming, and yet everything has so much energy about it. If you know what I mean. Like it doesn't have like just big branded signs. That's just one of my favorite vibes about it. Yeah, so cool. Okay, so I think my impressions of Kōenji, there's a lot happening. There's a lot of grit. There's plenty of rats about. This might actually be the dirtiest place in Tokyo that I've ever been. If not, maybe this is the dirtiest place in Japan I've ever been. But you know what? I love it. And I think maybe that says something about like my style of things or other stuff. Like I'm known for, you know, cleanliness on like various things that I do in my day-to-day life and like typography and other things, and yet throwing the complete abstract to that, the opposite to it, the grit, the dirt, the grime and the tattiness and the character, everything comes together, and it's a vibe. It's a vibe that I love. It works for photography, it works for video, and it just works for lifestyle as well. Koenji, you're a cool spot. I like it a lot. I'm definitely going to be coming back here again next time I'm in Tokyo. But I am going to head on to a different area because there's some parts of Shibuya that I want to shoot. And I've only got one more night in Tokyo before I'm next back, which could be well, it could only be like a couple of weeks, or it might be a couple of months. I'm not actually sure just yet. So I think I might go and head that now before I get the last train, because I've had a week of missing my last train, intentionally and unintentionally. But if I got an early checkout tomorrow, maybe I should get back in time. Yeah, I think places are closing up, so it might be worth heading on.